everyone. We are here with Edouard Salier. He is the director of a film called Tropic, and that just screened at Fantastic Fest. And has it screened at Sitges yet?
Yeah, it's
Ex- Excellent,
Sitges like this weekend.
excellent. So, Edward, thank you for coming on and chatting with me. Can you tell me a little bit about the film Tropic?
Tropic, it's a film. It's I would say it's not a classic genre film. It's a film about the main story. It's about a story of a family, of two brothers and a mother who try to survive. And in a world, the two brothers are in a school, in a space school, space camp school. I don't know how
Hmm.
to say it in English,
Yeah.
and they train a lot, to to become astronaut. We are in a kind of future. We don't really know where we are, but we understand that we are not. It's not today. It's in the future, or it can be in a parallel world. And so there is this family who is very united. They are together, and they are very. The two brothers are like best friends. And one night during a training, one of them got an accident, and something happened, and he start to transform himself in something different.
Mm.
Yeah.
And
And the story, it's a story about how what's happened when in the family something go wrong, and something collapse, and what all the consequences of a drama can be.
right.
But I play with the genre, and because I play with the horror code, I play with the sci-fi code, and to tell my story, and to make, I hope, something a little bit different
As a
than the
filmmaker,
classic drama.
yeah, as a filmmaker, you tend to dabble in magical realism and
Exactly.
things like that. How 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 does that free you as a filmmaker to tell a story?
I what? Sorry, I
How
didn't.
does that free your creative choices as a filmmaker?
Well, I come from. I used to draw a lot. I used to travel a lot in South America also. So I love comics. I love for sure all Del Toro cinema, but Cronenberg cinema also. I am a big fan of Verhoeven. All this inspiration
Mm,
are very strong. In from since I'm a kid, and yeah, and for me, since I always try to explore, this dystopian world, even in my work in music video, or other project, or a short movie. It's something that is very yeah, it's something that passionate me. And uh, and uh, and I met Mauricio Carrasco, which is the co-writer of the movie, and
mm,
and he's from Chile also. So I yeah, I'm pretty sure that we have a big connection, because he's also he love about magic realism, and all this culture. So the idea was to make a movie as free as we can, and to play with reference that we love, and to be completely with, I mean, with totally freedom, and to tell this story about, as I say, it's the story of a family, and this is the core of the film. What is for me the more important, it's this family collapse.
mm. Yeah. And you mentioned your
Did
background.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Now, did I answer to your
Yeah,
question? Is it okay?
absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
You also you brought up your background in graphics and that you like to draw uh
Yeah.
and you're known as a very visual
Yeah.
creator, as a very
Yeah.
visual filmmaker. So, how did this influence all of your work, but also how did it influence Tropic?
Well, I guess, for example, perhaps I could tell also the same story with in a realistic world, but yeah, but because I love to the world building, I love to create world, I love when a movie um, uh, I love when a movie put me in the mind of someone, and I love when I watch movie to that's why I love Guillermo del Toro, for example,
Mm,
because it's only in this mind, and I love David Lynch also because it's someone who are his own vision of the world, and he give you one key or two key to dive in his world, and it's something that you never see, so yeah, I will not say that I do the same, but for me it's the key, and it's why I love also comics books, because when you dive in the imagination of someone, it's something that I love,
mm.
so yeah.
Excellent, excellent. So, what are some of the visual motifs in Tropic?
Sorry.
What are some of the visual motifs or patterns or tools that you used in Tropic?
I don't really understand your question.
Okay. Um,
Sorry.
uh, how did you use the visuals in
Ah, okay.
tell the
Okay.
story, and what are some of the patterns?
Okay. Well, I work with a fantastic art director also, and we decide to create a world, with not realist, because we don't want to make a real space camp.
Mm,
We play with some real elements, but also because of a budget problem, we have to find solution to make a world that do not exist. But it's yeah, to make this kind of film, you have to work a lot. You have to find the good place, the good location. You have to make a research of how we can make a space camp without money. You have to. I used to draw a lot my storyboard. To imagine, as I say, a world that not really exists. We shoot it in south in east of France,
mm,
during the summer. But we I I visit, I don't know, 100 of different building to find the good building, and it's a building who exists. We didn't build a building, but well, and every detail in this kind of movie are important, to give uh, to give to the audience a world that not exists, but you have to trust in. So it's not an easy. It's not easy, but as also always something that is fascinating and that I love. So yeah. Otherwise, I will do some documentary.
yeah,
You know.
I mean it's not easy, but it's filmmaking, and you
Yeah.
do it
Exactly.
because you love it.
Yeah.
Um, your work tends to focus on monsters, dystopia, rejection.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I try to. It's a good question because I try to find an explication. I am not sure that I have it, but my when I was a kid, I didn't have TV, and my parents don't want to have TV at home. And for me, it was a big, a big, how can I say, a big problem. And one day I was in my grandmother house, and I saw King Kong, the movie, you know,
Yeah,
the first movie in black and white.
right.
And for me, it was a kind of a revelation, and a revolution, a revelation, wow. And I didn't know if it exists, it was real or not real. And so, yeah, for me, the first movie that I have in mind is King Kong. And perhaps because of this time, I'm still processing in my brain, and I don't know. And after, because I didn't have TV, I have to draw. I have to. When you go to school and all people talk about the last movies that they saw, and you didn't understand what they are talking about. So you start to create your own story, in your brain,
Yeah.
And they talk about monsters, so I have to imagine the monsters that they were talking about, because I didn't know. I only know King Kong, at this time. So
Yeah.
so perhaps it's because of that. I don't know.
Oh, I
I
love
still
that.
try to understand why I'm focused on that.
I love that. I love that. Just one. I love how one film can just kind of put the spark. You know.
Yeah, yeah,
Um.
yeah.
Incidentally, how has Tropic been received?
Sorry, it's
How
there is a
how
bug.
has Tropic been received?
Well, in Fantastic Fest, it was the world premiere in Fantastic Fest. It was great because it's a hardcore fan movie genre festival, with people who go there to watch a bloody movie or slasher or and I love this kind also of movie, but my movie is a little bit different, so I was a little bit afraid, and I didn't know how the audience will react,
Mm.
and I have a good story about that I love to tell the story because it's true. Just after the screening, there is a big tall guy with a long hair, with a black metal t-shirt, with tattoo everywhere, with a big bear, and he goes straight to me and he say, "Hey, dude, I love your film. I cry a lot." You know, so
That's
it touched me.
awesome. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, it's so crazy how you can connect with viewers through a film, you know?
Thank you, thank you,
So congratulations on that. So
thank you.
what's next?
Next, I have two projects. It's still secret, but I'm working on two other projects. But be sure that they will have a monster in it.
Maybe King Kong. I don't know.
Yeah, I would love to make a King Kong in few
Well,
years.
personally though, I have to ask you what your favorite David Lynch film is.
um, well, I couldn't say. I could say Elephant Man, but I think, to be honest, that it's Mulholland Drive.
Me too. Okay, okay. That's personally. Oh, love that film so much. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, listen, Edward, thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. And
You're welcome.
where can people see Tropic after? Like, where's it going next?
Well, it's. I hope. Well, in France, it's going to be in theater in January. In US, otherwise we still don't know, but as soon as possible, I guess. Yeah.
All right, well, let's make that happen. Let's see it.
Thank you. Thank
All right,
you.
best of luck on this release, and everybody, look for Tropic. In France, it's coming out in January. In the US, we don't know, but keep an eye out. Edward, best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Bye.